All right. Welcome everyone to our team training. I almost said weekly team training because we've been doing that for almost 9 years since I've been with this company. I'm excited to say that we're going to be going to once a month for this particular type of training. So that'll be exciting. But I'm Sherry Martin, EC1 here with LifeVantage, and I'm really excited to be hosting tonight's call with Lindy and our guest speaker, Gina. So I know summer has been a season of vacations, family time. It's been a little bit slower. But now tonight we're going to be hitting the reset button. In my opinion, I feel like it's like a fresh start, right? School's back in sesh. Everyone can take a good breather. So we're going to kind of re-energize you and set ourselves up for a powerful finish for August. So I'm going to bring Lindy on. She's going to cover a little bit of housekeeping and then go into our training. And we're going to hear from Gina tonight, which I'm really excited to hear from her. So Lindy, I'm going to pass it over to you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you, Sherry. Hi, I'm Lindy Rome, EC1 with LifeVantage. Sherry, appreciate all of that. And as Sherry mentioned, welcome to our monthly Tuesday team training. It's going to take some time to get used to saying that. So this is going to be the second Tuesday of every month. We're going to, it might be a little bit longer. We're going to give you updates from the company and also from the team. We'll do recognition for rank advancements, gemstones, milestones, whatever we have going on. We'll share what's working with other teamies, which we're going to do tonight with Gina, and we'll do some training and some inspiration. So that's going to kind of be the rundown for the once a month Tuesday team training. And as I mentioned, they may be just a little bit longer since we moved to monthly versus weekly, but we're always going to keep them between 30 and 50 minutes. So you can count on them being under an hour, but because we're going to have recognition and all of those things in every single one, it'll most likely be a little more than 30 minutes. So mark your calendars. I mean, you can mark them from now until the end of the year because it's the second Tuesday of every month. Can I get everyone to mute out? I'm hearing some background noise and a couple of you are un.
You just have to unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay,
Sorry,
I got
Lindy.
it. I got it. Yes. And Gina, just remember to unmute when I throw it to you. I always forget to do that too. All right. So this evening, of course, check your emails for the Monday Momentum that came out yesterday. Who's going for the Dreams Bahia Mita Resort in Mexico? Who's trying to get that? I know Gina and Doc are for sure getting points there. And what's really cool about this, and this is a mini trip, this isn't our big incentive trip, it's just a mini trip. If you've Googled the Dreams Bahia Mita Resort or watched the video on the website, it's really an amazing resort, you guys. It's awesome. But even if you fall short of the trip, you can earn an Amazon or a Delta gift card. So, shoot for the stars and land on the moon or whatever that saying is, right? Um, Also, this month is our launch of Iceland. Now, I know zero people in Iceland, and I don't know any people that know people in Iceland, but just so you know, we're opening up Iceland. And that biz call is coming next Wednesday. And we joke around about it, but stranger things have happened, right? Tomorrow you go out there and somebody will go, "Oh, I have a cousin that moved to Iceland," right? So you just never know. And then Momentum Academy in Dallas is coming up in October, and we'll have general sessions, we'll have workshops. And I was so glad to see that we're going to have a Rhinestone Cowboy party because my boots that I bought for, where was it? San Antonio? I think, Sherry, where we got a bunch of us got glitter boots. So now we can wear our glitter boots again at the Rhinestone Cowboy party. So really looking forward to that. If you have not registered, if you are not on this list, please do so. Congrats to all of those that are planning to grow their business. and be in Dallas, October 23rd through the 24th. And if you're looking at this list going, wow, that's really wonky, it's not in any alphabetical order or anything, it's actually in order of, what am I trying to say? Chronologically, when people signed up. So it's the first, Dave and Christy were the first people to sign up, Sherry, myself. So I guess the point is you see that the people who move up in the company are also the ones that register right away. So take that as a little note to when you have these things to go ahead and jump on it. And also you save money by doing this. Right now it's $99 and that's going to jump to 120 on site. And we have a product launch. Yay, in October. And I'm super excited because no, I don't know what it is. So don't blow up my phone. I don't know that anybody does. I've tried to find out. But the bottom line is, you guys, any kind of new product launch, even if it's just something, something not like the MB or like the collagen or something like that. Any product launch when you're in this industry is a good thing for people on your team, whether they're your customers or your consultants, because everybody's going to want to try the new product. So if you have consultants on your team, of course, they're going to want to order. So we will get that, as Sherry mentioned, it's been very slow in the summer. We're all feeling it. Don't feel like you're out there, oh, my numbers are down and nobody else's are. We're all feeling that. And it happens in the summer, but school is back, like Sherry mentioned, and October is going to roll around. We're going to roll out a new product, and we're really excited to see that. So if you're not registered, please join us. And we just have a good time, don't we? When we go to these things. Always a lot of fun. So we just want to do a couple of shout outs. Congratulations on your new rank. These are new consultant twos, and consultant twos, that's 500 in group sales. So these are our first time C2 achievers. And I am just going to say their first names. Gee, I wonder why. Mariah, Elizabeth, James, and Kim. And I will not even attempt the very first last name. Is Mariah on here? If she is, that would be lovely because she could give us a little lesson in how to pronounce her name. And it's probably something really simple. It just looks like it'd be really hard for me to pronounce that name, and I don't want to botch it up. So, again, congratulations to the new consultant twos. And each month, no matter what ranks we have going on, we will do shout outs to whoever moves up. We actually, I need to let you know that we will normally shout out gemstones, onyx, emerald, sapphire, and diamond. Those are reports that we get. This particular first monthly team training, which is set for the second Tuesday, and the reason it's set for the second Tuesday is because we get reports from corporate. Well, they're all on the Alaskan cruise, and so we didn't get those reports in time. So normally we'll also go through the gemstones for you. Okay. If anybody's on here that wants to shout out anybody for recognition, gratitude, somebody that's been killing it, working hard, anything like that.
I,
Go
I
ahead and
would
shout that out.
I would like to give a shout out to the people who are on this training tonight because you showed up and it's a lot to do this. And I just want to say thank you for showing up and pat yourself on the back because
That's
that's
nice.
huge. Yes. So
That's nice. Thank you. All right. Anybody else have a shout out or want to say anything about anyone? Okay. All right. So tonight we're talking about, I think I called it How to Start from Scratch. And we're going to hear more about that from Gina. But I really want to stick to basics, what works, and following a system because we can take a deep dive into social media or we can take a deep dive into products and all of those things. But you know what, you guys, if we don't have the basics down and if we're not following the system, a system that can duplicate with our team members, then it's really going to be difficult to grow. Okay. So it's really important to me that everyone knows how and when to using the tools and the resources. So first things first, our circle of success, this should be super familiar with everyone. If you're new, this is our system that if followed and duplicated, can lead to a successful LifeVantage business. And I get asked all the time. Just yesterday, as a matter of fact, somebody reached out and said, "What do you say to someone who showed interest? Like, what do I send them? What video do you send?" And I've always had two to three basic things that I send to everyone. I send the partners video. I love it because it talks about the opportunity, but it also gives a little background on the company and on the products. And then, depending on what they're interested in, I either send the Healthy Glow Stack video, which is Protandim and collagen, or the Discover the Future of Wellness video, which is mostly Protandim. So it's basically one product video and one opportunity video. But hear me when I say this, even if someone's just interested in the product, I normally send the partners video also. But now, and this is really exciting, you guys, because we used to use this website and we kind of got away from it because it really wasn't updated. It doesn't belong to us. It's Sideline. I don't know if they're presidentials or EC3s, Sherry, that run this site, but it's a really great site. But now we can narrow down what we're sending people to just one thing, and that is the Biohack and Activate website because it has been completely updated. And this is now where we should all start when we're talking to a prospect. So, why use this site? There's two huge reasons why I really love this, and you can go ahead and maybe Sherry, you can put the link in the chat for people. But there's the link right there on your screen. Take a screenshot of it. If you have not been to Biohack and Activate, take a screenshot and explore that later. Don't explore it right now. But you can explore that, flag it, and explore it later. But two huge reasons why I really like this. It leads this particular page that you go to when you send people, which is the biohackandactivate.com/explore. Um, it leads with the opportunity and its duplication at its finest. The Biohack and Activate Explore gives them the option to explore the opportunity and or the products, and they get to choose. Okay, so they can choose both. They can take a look at that video right there, and that's what it looks like, the very first one. That first one is going to tell about the company and how it started and the ABC video and that there is an opportunity. And it's a really great video. But at the end of that, it gives them the option to explore more about the products or more about the company. So, really, you just want someone to come to this website and watch that Explore video, and they can take it from there. So, I don't want to break down every little thing on this site, but you can see there's different pages for activated collagen. There's just a ton of before and afters on that page. All the research is housed under the research tab. So that's where all of we can find the studies and all of that. The healthcare professionals tab, check that out. You've got quotes and just different trainings and things like that from our healthcare professionals in LifeVantage. And then, of course, you've got stories, and we all love stories, and there's just a great number of stories on that page. So you want to go here first and really poke around, but when you're sending it to someone, and I really would recommend even a healthcare professional, send them to the Explore page, that very first page, and say, take a look at this video, and then click on healthcare professionals, or then click on research, or whatever it is. Okay. What's really nice about this also is that the Biohack and Activate does not say that it's a particular team or a person. There's no pricing on this page, and it does not lead back to anyone. Okay. So you can feel safe in sharing that. And sometimes I know when we share our website, there's such great information on the pages. Let's take the collagen page, for example. There's great information on that page. But when you send that page to somebody, what's the first thing they see? The price,
The
right?
price.
The price. So when we're sending them to Biohack and Activate, there are no prices. And it says at the bottom of each and every single page, get back to the person who shared this website with you. So I think this is going to be a game changer. I think this is where we can all start and share with our teams that this is going to be the very first thing we're going to share with people when they show an interest in LifeVantage, regardless of if that is business or if that's products, opportunity or products. So even if someone is strictly interested in product, by sending them here, they'll also know that there's an opportunity attached, okay, and that they can make additional income. And you will not have failed in sharing the LifeVantage opportunity because too many people, they're afraid to share the opportunity. They share a product video, they never tell anyone there's an opportunity. Here you're sharing, it's got all of everything that you need to, explain to them about the products or share Protandim or share collagen, but they are going to know that there's an opportunity as well. Okay. So, and then the other huge thing is just duplication. Everyone that's doing this business is going to brand themselves differently. Okay. What Sherry does on social media is different than what Doc and Gina are doing, over here or whatever it is. Everyone's branding themselves differently. But when you do attract a new team member, a new consultant, duplication, you guys, is key. It's key because there's going to be people that come on board and say, well, I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not an esthetician. I'm not great at social media. You want to be able to share something that everyone can do and everyone can share this website. So utilize that. We're super excited about it, and take a look and kind of poke around as soon as you get the opportunity, either after this training or later tonight, tomorrow, whenever. But don't forget about it. And then I just had a little. This just came to me today, and the more that I thought about it and the more that I went through my back office and started poking around to see how many people have how many consultants, the numbers just play out. So think about this. And this just goes with prospecting people and sending them to Biohack and Activate. Do you know that for every 10 people that join you as a consultant, okay, every 10 people that you sign up, and that can be 10 people in a month, that could be 10 people in a year, that could be 10 people in 2 years, okay? Everybody's different. But for every 10 people that join as a consultant, not a customer, building your team, one will be a superstar, three will be doing a little, three will be doing nothing, and three will be quitting. So when you look through, when you go, oh, this person is just not doing it, those are the stats and those numbers play out almost 100% of the time. So how many superstars do you want? If it takes 10 people to get one superstar, that's pretty easy math, right? So again, for every 10 people, one will be a superstar or the one on fire, whatever you want to call it. Three will do a little, nothing wrong with that. That's great. Three will do a little, but three will do nothing and three will be quitting. So more than half are out. So you want to share the opportunity so that those numbers increase for you and so that you can build a strong and secure business. So I thought that was kind of a cool statistic. So I hope you enjoyed that. Use these tools and resources to simplify your business. Then get out of your comfort zone and go for your goals. And that brings me to somebody that is doing like exactly that. We were on a call today and I got so excited. I was so pumped up after I talked to you, Gina, seriously. But Gina is our very special guest. She is my personal trainer turned friend turned business partner.
Right.
Gina Stano is joining us tonight, who, along with her husband Mitchell, who's on tonight, Doc, left South Florida for North Carolina a couple of months ago, and they left to go, enjoy the mountains, of course, and get out of this Florida heat, first and foremost, right? And to share the LifeVantage products and opportunity with a whole new community of people that they did not know. They didn't go up to visit family. They didn't go somewhere where they knew people or they had been before. Literally picked a place on the map, went there not knowing a single person. So, with a very inspiring story about how she's growing her LifeVantage business and how she basically started from scratch, her and Doc, in a new town, a new state, not knowing anyone. Here's Gina. And Sherry, if we can, I'll stop sharing so we can see Gina's lovely face. And I think you got a flower in your hair. You look lovely.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so glad all of you are here. It's so nice to see you. And it's it's such a great it's such a great honor in so many ways for me to be part of this, because it's something that I didn't jump in the cold pool with. I didn't do a cold plunge, but it was a kind of a cold pool, and I was kind of like dipping a few toes in. And I believed in a few of the products, especially when I started. I didn't know much, and so in this case, I just thought, I have a lot to learn. I love learning, and I feel completely bored when I don't. And I hope that I'm learning till the day I die. So that's the attitude that I have. And in keeping with that, before I started along this journey, I wanted to say, and I thought of this as you were speaking, Lindy. First of all, thank you for bringing me on. I feel extremely grateful to be part of this community, because that's exactly what it is. And that's what we're trying to build here, which is a community of well people that are not walking around with loads of inflammation and oxidative stress. They don't know it, but we're going to tell them about it. And that's our mission. That's our goal, mine and Mitchell's. But what I wanted to say is this: I wanted to share what I would consider a mistake, not a failure. In fact, Jeff Bezos, I remember when he said something that goes like this. I don't know it verbatim, but he said, this is a problem. We're having a problem. We haven't failed enough, which means we're not moving forward enough. So I need to see more failing around here. And so
That's
in
awesome.
keeping with that, learning and moving forward, and part of rejection, part of this business is rejection, and learning to understand what the no actually means. No actually means you swam a couple laps across the pool and you might be out of breath, but you can do a few more laps after you catch your breath. And so I wanted to just say this too. I was very close to getting a gem, and for some reason, it just didn't go into my brain bank here. I don't know if it's the mountain air or what, to reach out to my upline. That's what my upline's for. I know Lindy's always going to be there for me at all times. Like, it's not something that I don't know. But for some reason, I didn't reach out. And probably she could have helped me get to that gemstone in some way, shape, or form. I can almost guarantee it. So I want to share that, what I would call a mistake, just for lack of a better word. And I just want to share that I know that I'm learning from that. And so without further ado, first of all, I want to say thank you for that, Lindy. It's always a wonderful thing that I can count on you and know that. And as it turns out, I am Mitchell's upline. And so sometimes if we're not having such a great day living in 660 square feet, he'll sort of come around the kitchen. He goes, "Can I just ask you a quick question?" I'm like, "Of course." And I'm like, "I'm ready for dinner. Can we just eat dinner?" Okay, so I just wanted to say that. Reach out to your upline at all times. And I want to be that kind of leader for my future consultants as well, the way you are for me, Lindy. So thank you for that. So as Lindy said, we decided to come to North Carolina for the summer. And I felt like there was an EC3 on stage when we were in conference that said she was going to be moving to Portugal and start a community there I believe she was EC3. And I said, if she can do it, why can't I? Just because she's ranked higher than me. She was an SC2 at one time also. So that's sort of the mentality I had. And I was kind of excited about it. I actually was very excited about it. I've been in Florida 30 years and I have a little, New York savviness, a little sass. And that's not going to take me that far because, of course, the element of duplication is required for this business. And I learned that in the last company I was with as well. And Mitchell was my upline in that company. And I learned that very quickly. So I know that that's part of what this business is about, and it just works. Okay. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. I'm very, as you can see, I have a flower in my hair. This is my thing. I can go like all out in a different direction for so many things, but I know duplication is so important. And so what I wanted to say first was being uncomfortable is such a great thing. So if you can get to a point where being comfortable with the uncomfortable, and that is a conversation that Mitchell and I had as soon as we got here, because we knew that anything new that you start is going to be uncomfortable. Like if I'm just trying to learn tennis, I'm not going to hit the ball the first time. It's going to take time. It's going to take practice. So practice being uncomfortable and talking to people and speaking about the products and what they can do for you. Sometimes just that first sentence or two can be a little, let's see, weird, I guess is the right word, a little weird, but everybody feels that at first. And the way I see it is, and I always think about this too, in quote unquote, share like shoes. So if somebody asks me where I got my shoes, like people ask me like, oh, where did you get your flower? Or where did I get my blouse? Where did I get it? I got it, tell them the store. And why wouldn't I want to share like why I'm so exuberant in energy, why I'm so healthy, how I keep my weight off, why I have so much hair, right? Like, why wouldn't I want to share that the same exact way? It makes no sense not to. It's so natural. So that for me is the best thing that I actually realized in the beginning pieces of this business, the beginning moments of this business for me. So I feel very comfortable saying to someone, I really want to see you bring your inflammation down before we even talk about weight loss. I want to see you on that nerve too. I want to see you activated. I want to see you drinking that collagen. I want to know what it feels like to be activated. And then we can just take it to the next level. And that's kind of how I'm promoting this business right now here where we are. Now, specifically, as far as the marketing goes, we decided that the Chamber of Commerce was probably a good place to start, right? Every city has a Chamber of Commerce. Maybe some are a little more enticing than others. We felt very comfortable, and I think Mitchell would agree with me. We felt very comfortable right away with everyone. It's a very community-oriented place where we are. It's not popular. It's not like Boone. It's not like Charlotte. It's a small town, and I like that. I actually like that a lot. And I was kind of looking forward to the challenge of this and seeing where everyone was at. And I noticed right away that I was able to build a rapport with them. And I know that I don't have the Southern drawl. So at first I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I have such a strong New York accent. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm totally good with who I am.
You could
But
show
they
up
were
with
very
cheese grits.
right.
You could
Right.
show up with
Perfect
a
grit.
tray of cheese
Perfect
grits
grit.
or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Collard greens or something.
I lived in
But I
Georgia for
thought
a while, and let me tell you something. I love cheese grits. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry to
that's
interrupt, but
that's
I
very
love that you
Duke.
went to the chamber. One thing that I wanted to make sure that everyone heard is, that's a great idea no matter where you are. And usually Chamber of Commerce people are very welcoming. I mean, that's what they're there for. They're basically the welcome committee. So go
Yes.
ahead, Tina. Yeah.
Yeah. And we started with the top 3 in the chamber, one that runs the show basically, he's always really busy, and then the 2 assistants. And so we're working with them in many different ways, but my prerequisite for working with them is you need to get activated, because everything we talk about next is it's all going to come easier for you, and it's all going to be more effective for you, and everything is going to feel more efficient, if you will. And they
And you
trusted
did a
that.
lunch and learn, right? The kind of the same thing
Yes,
that we're doing when I come up next week. Yes. So
correct. Exactly
just for
right.
those of you who don't know, they started doing, just calling it a lunch and learn and ask if they could come in and do a presentation on health and wellness and that type of thing. So, and I'm heading up there next week, and we have another lunch and learn, a lot of fun things events scheduled as well. So just wanted to make sure that, throw that out there so people get ideas on what they can do.
Oh
And
yeah.
then
So
also you went to gyms and wore shirts. Tell us a little
yes,
bit
so we
about
wore our
that.
shirts and people asked us about that. Like there are shirts that you can get. The logo was the GLP-1. I'm going to be ordering more shirts. I went into the gym with these, right? I always have these little things. I always have like 2 collagens with me. Okay. If somebody asks me about it. And also like there's a little bulletin board like in the
Excellent.
ladies room. So I pinned it up there. I had little cards made. Well, Lindsay had them made for me. And I stuck 2 little packets of Axio there. So there's a girl at the gym that Mitchell's working with as a customer/consultant. We see her as a consultant. So you just never know. It's just every time I'm somewhere, I'm thinking about these things. I'm always thinking about it. I have we have Lindy, like she just said, we have her coming in. I'm so grateful you are for an amazing lunch and learn. And then we're going to be having a big event at a big restaurant that just did a grand opening here. So we're really excited about that as well. And I think that your daily method of operations is really important. Mine is always changing, admittedly, here especially. One thing that is a non-negotiable for me is I do at least 5 reach outs per day of people I have not spoken to, texted, emailed. I want to know where they're at, what they're doing, how they're doing. And one of them just reached out. In fact, I spoke with Lindy about it. And that is my fitness manager back in Boca Raton, who I spoke to 6 months ago about this. And she
Mhm.
liked the Axio, and she's going to become a customer, but I do see her as a consultant. So my manifestation with her is consultant, big time. Now, she makes a great salary, but like Tyler said on stage at the convention, he's like, lots of my friends make a lot of money, but who doesn't want more money? That's how he said it. And I never forgot that. So I'm never afraid to approach someone with money. I don't know how much money they have anyway. So who wouldn't want more? So I always have that mentality too. So that took a lot of my fear away as far as like, I don't know, they don't really need this. Or no, I don't have to think about that. Everyone needs activation and everyone needs to rid themselves of oxidative stress, hence nerve 2, period. That's like the basics. It's the basic function of this business as far as I'm concerned. So I want to make sure I didn't forget anything because okay. My 75% of what Mitchell and I do is work related, building this business. The other 25% is fun. Now, I'm looking forward to a time where it's maybe 50-50. That's my choice because I really want to build it bigger than maybe someone else because I see bigger things for us and he does too. And we discussed it. And so that's where I'm at with this. And I'm going to keep doing my DMOs. I'm going to keep staying in the duplication process. I'm always going to be advertising and marketing. I'm going to ask for help from my uplines when I need to. And I'm always going to keep my eye on the prize and the goal, which is to keep moving forward and moving up and helping one person at a time. That's it. That's my goal. And
Right.
I think I'm done. Drop the mic.
That's excellent. Thank you so much, Gina. And I'm
It's
super
my
impressed
pleasure.
with your consistency and your persistence, and just for those of you that are on tonight or anybody watching the recording, just know that Gina didn't start yesterday or last month. Gina started last October, was it? About last October?
It was November 1st. We signed up
Okay.
October 31st.
So all I'm trying to say is that if you can come out of the gate slow and still win the race. Okay. You can come out of there because, Gina had a million things going on down here before they left for North Carolina, and going here and going there, and Doc the same thing. And so they could only do what they can do. So, what I really like is then when you set your sights on North Carolina and you set your sights on the goals are now bigger. You want more time freedom. You want that passive income. Those are the things you want. So, what does that look like now? Like Gina said, it looks like 75% of the time they're spending working on this, and 25% is that leisure time while
Mm-hmm.
they're up there on their vacation, whatever. For somebody else, it might be 25% on your business and 75% on your leisure. But I can
Exactly.
guarantee your goals should be different as well. Okay. So
That's
your
right.
goals and your expectations must match your effort for sure. Gina, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I really appreciate everything that you shared. I'm going to go back
Thank
quickly
you.
to my screen. Sherry, let me know if you can see it. Okay. And Gina had mentioned using your DMO. And one thing you said, Gina, that I did want to say as you were talking about follow up and continuing to follow up with people even a month later, 4 months later, 6 months later. You know what, you guys, until somebody says no, and open the door for them to say no, you can reach out 6 months later or 4 months
Hmm.
later and say, hey, are you still interested in the collagen? End every text with a question. I get people all the time going, oh, I just text this. Where's the question? Where's the
Hmm.
question? If you haven't asked anyone a question, the chances of them responding or leading them in the direction you want to go is slim. So you want to ask the question, and you may even want to say, I'm reading I read a book that it's in here. It's called Do It Anyway, Girl, Michelle Cunningham, and she was a Mary Kay girl. So it's definitely built, the book is definitely built around the party plan, but there's some really good nuggets in it. And she just says, until someone, you can say to someone, hey, I'm not trying to bug you, but are you still interested? That opens it up to say, yes, but I'm busy. Yes, but I'm what? Until they say, no, I'm not interested, then mark them off your list and move on. Mark them off your
That's right.
list. But
That's
I've
right.
reached out to people. I just reached out to a girl that did my financing for my car when I got my car back in April, May, whenever it was. All these months have passed because I was, blowing it up when I first met her. And I reached back out, hey, are you still interested in the collagen? Oh my gosh, yes. And it was delicious and everything. And the whole conversation started over again. Okay. So just know that. But I'm not going to go into this tonight. If you don't know where to find it, please reach out to your upline. This is your why and work plan, your DMO that Gina mentioned, which is your daily method of operation. These are the things, or at least most of them, that you should be doing on a daily basis. And then there's also a sheet in there for onboarding a new consultant. We'll take a deeper dive into these on another night. But I do want to wrap it up with some action steps and some resources. Um, have you written down your goals for August? Now, Gina, I know you have. Doc, I know you have. Um, but we want to make sure that we write those goals down. Where are you looking to be as far as a gemstone? And it might not be the next one. It might just be maintaining the one you have. That's fine. Just know where you're going. It's almost like that GPS. Okay. You don't want to get in your car and go, okay, Gina and Doc, I'm coming up to meet you, but don't give me the address. I'll just see if I can figure it out. Okay. That's not going to work so well. Okay. So know where you want to be on your gemstone, know where you want to be on your rank advancement, and if you're going for any promos, trips, or anything like that. And I always say, and I've got to look over here at my monitor because my notes aren't up there. SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Okay. Goals equal confidence and pay increases. And if you just take away a handful of nuggets, I hope one of them is how important page 7 of the Evolve Comp Plan is. If you know nothing else about the Evolve Comp Plan, make sure that you know page 7, what you need for your personal sales volume requirement, your personal purchase cap, your group sales, and that maximum volume rule. Anyone in your upline will help you with this, but this is how you move up as a consultant. So just know this page. And I'll probably throw that in there on every training I do because I think it's super, super important. Anyway, save the date. So now we have this once a month, second Tuesday of every month. We have the opening call of the month, which is right around the first business day, I should say. Is that right, Sherry? First business day of the month. And then the close of month call is right around the 25th. If the 25th falls on a weekday, it'll be on the 25th. So our close of the month, we'll all see you on that call Monday, August 25th. And then our next team training is Tuesday, September 9th. So I'm going to open it up now. If anybody has anything that they want to say in closing, and if
I wanted to say one more thing that Mitchell reminds me of every once in a while when I say, oh, it's like they're not getting back to me or whatever. He's like, just water the seed,
yes,
put water
yes,
on your
I
garden,
like that.
just put water on it. And it just immediately like, brings me out of it and I'm just moving on because really that's
Because
what it
you're
is. I'm just
looking,
watering the
right.
seed.
I think that's perfect because so many of us are looking for that. Oh my gosh, it has to happen right now.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
time, and sometimes it does for with people, and a lot of times it doesn't. So thanks for sharing. Kim, I saw your hand up.